Hello, it's Terrell Jones, founder of WinningCollege.com, the author of The Fastest Way to Winning College, where I help train transitioning high school and college students in areas of psychology, academics, social savviness, and in career development so that students get into the career that they want once they graduate. I'm glad that you decided to come back. This is video 2 of the series. And in this video, we're going to talk about time management, helping your child manage their time correctly. And I'm gonna give you a few things that you can do to help encourage that. And we're gonna go over some myths because it's crazy how a lot of people say that they don't have time to learn how to manage their time. That strikes me as kind of weird. And in fact, it really doesn't make that much sense. But everybody has their own ideas. So I've been talking to parents and some students, and they saying they just giving a bunch of, it sounds like excuses. Some are legitimate. Yeah, they got things going on, but but there's a way that you can still create time through your busy schedule. So I'm gonna help. Just gonna help eliminate all of those today, because really at the end of the day, if you're able to manage your time, right? Your child's able to manage their time while in college, they're going to be able to have that complete college experience, right? Which is what, they want to go through college, right? They want to be able to get the good grades, right? They want to be able to have fun. They want to go through what at least stress is possible, right? They want to be able to get get the experience that they need, so employers could actually look at them, because everybody, because the people, people are getting degrees, even though it's half of the people who's on average that's getting a degree who's going to college. The people who got degrees, how you distinguish between which one do you choose? So they're getting that experience. Also, they want to be able to have fun while they're in college, right? Of course, you spend a lot of money. At least have fun as well. Graduate and get into the career that they love. So that's really what the college dream is about, right? And it's difficult to do that when you feel like you have a lot on your plate. A lot of work, coursework. You might be working a job. You might have at home obligations, a child, and it can get tough. But you can still create time out of that. We all have 24 hours in the day. So you can still create that time. All right. So I really like to look at more schedule management, because that's really what you're doing. But I'm going to help you talk to your child about some of these things, work with them, and then also give you what the number one strategy is to help your child overcome any time management issues today. So that's really what we're going to look at. Now, let's just get these myths off the table, because some of the conversations that I've been having is ridiculous. If you don't have time to manage your time, then something is wrong. One of a quote that I've heard that I thought was pretty cool was, if you need something done, give it to a busy person, because they know how to schedule and manage their time and get things done. And I completely agree with it. So one of the things that I've heard was, I heard a student tell me the other day, I just have too many classes. I don't really have time to do anything else. Okay, too many classes may be true. You might be taking a full course load, 6, 7, 8 classes, right? And this is what I'm telling them. This is what I told them. You might be taking a full course load, but what do you know when your classes are, right? I knew the answer to that. Do you know when your class? Yeah, of course I know my classes are. Okay, so you know the times that you're free. Yeah. Okay, so you can do whatever you want between those free times, right? So yeah, okay. So anything. So if you need, so you can schedule your time with, you can schedule what you do within your free time. And he kind of understood it, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now it sounds obvious, but most people don't think about it. When they think, they just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that they have to do. They're not even looking at what they're doing between the time, which a lot of the times are things that are not productive. So at the end of the day, when it comes to things that they need to do, if it feels like it's just too much, but they really wasting time doing other things. So that's the first myth that I would say right there. If your child feel like they have too much coursework, work with them, help them. Of course, it's going to be their decisions on the things that they do, but at least try to encourage them and say, all right, listen, when are your classes? All right, so you got classes on, from 8 to 11, and then from like 2 to 4. Okay, so what are you doing from 12 to 2? Or okay, what are you doing from, from 4 to 6? And then maybe you encourage them to say, hey, listen, how about you just have designated times to study, and knock all your studying out, let's say Tuesday and Thursday or whatever the days are, and you'll be able to accomplish more. So that's one. Another excuse that's popular is I have too much course loads. So not classes, I have too much coursework. They always giving me projects and homework and all these different type of things. And same thing with that. Now that's not necessarily um, uh, uh, um, uh, uh, designated as far as you have to do it based off of the teacher's standards or the school standards, but that's a situation where your child can use that time. They can use everything that they have and designate a specific time for themselves in order to study or get the work done. So so you same thing. You want to make they can make a schedule every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or even if it's every day, it can be every day for maybe like an hour and a half. Even if they're studying for 15, 20 minutes, there's designated times that they're using to study and get the coursework done. And the best part about it is if they have a set schedule like that, and they're using that to really study or handle what they need to handle, they can still go out and party and have fun and go to the on-campus activities and events. But it has to be like that. It can't be erratic, because that's a situation that I went through during my undergrad, where I would just study whenever I felt like it, and then I would notice myself getting mad at certain points where it's certain things that I knew that I had to do, but I didn't schedule it. I didn't do it at the right time. So then when it came 7 o'clock and it was time to, everybody wanted to go to this on campus party, or they wanted to go to this activity, this event on campus. And I knew that I really should be studying and doing other things. And sometimes I studied, and sometimes I just said, F it, I'm just gonna go. And my grades suffered. So that's something else where they can is an opportunity for improvement. And what else I hear? I'm working. I got to make this money. I got things I need to pay for, which is understandable. So what time you go to work? What time you have class? Spend the other time, the free time that they have, either studying or either doing the important things that they have to do. And really, what all of this is really gathered around, because there's really no excuse. All of this is really gathered around the number one challenge that students are going through when it comes to time management. And what it really is focus. Because you can schedule time, but even if you're not focused between that time, it's not going to really make a difference. It's kind of like if you have a child, right? Obviously, or I mean, you may or may not, but if you have a child, let's say that you remember when during the middle of the nights when you had to get up and you had to your baby was crying, right? And you just kept stopping your sleep. Now, there's a difference between sleeping 6 hours and being in a bed 6 hours. You could be sleep 6 hours, right? Then you'll wake up feeling refreshed. But if you in a bed 6 hours, that don't mean you got 6 hours of sleep. You keep stopping your they call it REM sleep. You stopping your REM sleep, so you'll wake up and you'll still feel tired, but you was in a bed 6 hours. It's the same situation. If they are, even if they schedule time and they're not focused, they distracted, phones going off, text messaging, Instagram, Facebook, people stopping by to talk to them. That can really play a major effect on even the quality of work they do, even if they're scheduling their time. All right. So these are two quick things that I'm gonna give you in order to really just help and encourage your child to or your students to be able to schedule their time, to manage their time properly, and be able to get the most out of the time that they are using. And is first, of course, have that conversation with them, talk to them, see what they got going on. And the first thing I would say is make sure that they are that you're helping them schedule the time that they do have, because you could be a mentor too, right? So this is one of the good ways to help them do better in school, especially if they have a lot of stuff. Help them schedule their time, the time that they do have. That's one. All right. What times do they have extra that they can be able to dedicate to studying? And two, make sure that you encourage them to figure out uh, how they can eliminate any distractions. Is it go to a simple location? Is they leave their phone in a room? Is it turn the phone off? Is it go somewhere where it's not going to be, where it's going to be quiet? Anywhere that they need to go in order to be more productive and not get distracted is going to be a key to them accomplishing a lot within a little bit of time and not being distracted. Right, so just use those two keys, and that'll be able to help you and your child get through this college process easier. Because it can be tough, but there are certain tricks, there's certain techniques that some of the top students and some of the world's top achievers and thought leaders use in order to be successful. And I even do it today. Even at my job, if I'm trying to complete something, to complete a project, I'll put headphones in and just act like I'm listening to something, but I really just don't want nobody stopping by and kind of distracting me, during my work. So or we have like IMs where everybody in the company can see what you're doing, so you can put statuses up on your instant messenger. So what I'll do is I'll just put do not disturb on there, and people won't be instant messaging me, hear the blings going off and everything like that, right? So that's it. But again, I just thank you for commenting, subscribing, sharing the last video, telling people about it, telling parents, telling students. Really, and I'm really thankful and I'm grateful that emailing me. And it's just a blessing. I'm so thankful that that you all are really seeing how important this movement is to help our college students. Because this time is no reason 50% of college students are half of the college students are not making it through the college process. And now is the time. It's time that we create we have our leaders come up, and not only just come up and do better for themselves, but also help other students come up. And that's part of my purpose. That's why I'm here today. So thank you for commenting, subscribing, for sharing these videos. You can you share this with a parent that you feel like would be this can help as well. And if you know any other time management strategies as well, put them below. Put them below, and so we can all create a community here of people who are using some of the best strategies in order to be successful. All right, so thank you again for viewing this video. Stay tuned, because video 3 will be on the way shortly, the third video of this series, which is going to talk about noticing the warning signs that your child may be heading down the wrong path. Are they consistently failing tests, consistently skipping class, or they consistently not wanting to talk to other students and things like that. The certain warning signs that may say, hey, all right, maybe I should be paying attention to this and helping them. And then also how to instantly turn it around to help them be more productive and do better in college, right? But I'll talk more about that. And majority strategies you can find in The Fastest Way to Win in College book, which is going to tell you everything that you need to know from A to Z before you get to college and so after you graduate and getting into your career. So you'll be able to learn that. But I want to keep this video pretty short, so I'm going to stop blabbing. But I'll definitely tell you more about how you can get access to the book and what you can learn within the book in the video 3 of this series. All right, so I'm done. But I want you to remember one thing, that a college education is only the first step, but self-knowledge is the entire staircase. Till next time.